In the Nagano prefecture of Japan, there are mountain villages where the rate of certain cancers has historically been so low that epidemiologists made special trips to study them. What was different about these villages? The people who lived there foraged turkey tail mushrooms from the forest floors. They dried them. They brewed them into tea. They ate them in meals. They had done this for 400 years. The mushroom is called kawaratake in Japanese, meaning cloud mushroom. In China, it is yunji. In the West, we call it turkey tail, because the concentric rings of brown, gray, and white on its fan-shaped cap look exactly like the tail feathers of a wild turkey. And right now, two of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world have active research programs attempting to synthesize and patent the active compounds in this mushroom. Compounds you can get for free by walking into most deciduous forests in North America, Europe, or Asia and looking. At the base of a dead oak tree. Stay until the end of this video because I'm going to tell you what the science says, what the companies are chasing, and where to find it. Turkey tail, Trametes versicolor, is one of the most common mushrooms in the world. It grows on dead and dying hardwood on every continent except Antarctica. You have almost certainly seen it without knowing what it was. Its use in traditional Chinese medicine is documented from at least the 16th century in the Benqiao Gangmu, the Compendium of Materia Medica, compiled by Li Shizhen, which describes yunji as a tonic for the 5 organs, improving liver and kidney function, strengthening the sinews and bones, and nourishing the vital essence. In Japanese traditional medicine, kawaratake was used broadly as a longevity tonic and specifically for immune support. It was brewed into tea, consumed regularly, and considered most valuable as a preventive food, something you ate when well to stay well. The modern scientific investigation of turkey tail begins in earnest in the 1970s in Japan, when researchers at Korea Corporation isolated a compound from Trametes versicolor that showed significant anti-tumor activity in animal models. They called it Crestin, also known as PSK, for polysaccharide K. Crestin became one of the best-selling anti-cancer drugs in Japan. By the 1980s, it was generating hundreds of millions of dollars annually. It was used as an adjunct treatment for gastric and colorectal cancer, standard hospital practice in Japan. It was derived from a mushroom that grows on dead logs in every forest in the world. The research on turkey tail is among the most substantial of any medicinal mushroom. Because Crestin PSK became a pharmaceutical product in Japan, it received the kind of large-scale clinical trial funding that herbals in the West rarely see. The results from those trials are striking. A 2004 meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials of PSK as an adjunct to conventional cancer treatment found that PSK significantly improved 5-year survival rates in gastric cancer, colorectal cancer, and lung cancer patients compared to chemotherapy alone. A 2012 study published in the journal ISAR in Oncology, which received significant media attention, found that turkey tail mycelium supplementation improved immune function in breast cancer patients receiving conventional treatment, specifically increasing populations of natural killer cells and CD8 plus T cells, the immune cells most directly involved in targeting cancer cells. The compound PSP polysaccharide peptide, extracted from the same mushroom, has shown anti-tumor activity in multiple studies and is used in China as an adjunct cancer treatment. The underlying immune mechanism is well understood. Turkey tail's beta-glucans, particularly the 1003-1.6 beta-glucan fraction, are potent activators of the innate immune system. They bind to specific receptors on macrophages and dendritic cells, triggering an immune cascade that enhances the body's ability to identify and destroy abnormal cells. This is not folk medicine speculation. This is peer-reviewed oncology. So why isn't your oncologist prescribing turkey tail mushroom tea? Because, as developed by Kureha in Japan, is a proprietary extract. It is processed, standardized, and patented. The patent is what generates the pharmaceutical revenue. The mushroom itself cannot be patented. In the United States, there is currently no FDA approved pharmaceutical version of turkey tail extract. This means no U.S. pharmaceutical company has yet successfully navigated the approval pathway for a turkey tail-derived drug, which means no marketing infrastructure has been built around it. Your oncologist learns about treatments through a system that is funded, in large part, by pharmaceutical companies. SME, continuing medical education, is sponsored by drug manufacturers. Medical conferences are sponsored by drug manufacturers. The journals in which studies are published receive advertising revenue from drug manufacturers. Is extensively studied. The evidence is strong. But PSK is a Japanese drug. The U.S. pharmaceutical system has no financial incentive to promote it, so it remains outside the awareness of most American oncologists. Several major pharmaceutical and biotech companies currently have active programs attempting to isolate, modify, and patent specific beta-glucan derivatives from tramadol, Versicolor. They are racing to create a synthetic or highly processed version that can be owned. Until one of them succeeds and files the patent, the mushroom that grows on every dead log in every forest in America remains a footnote, or it remains something you can pick up on a walk in the woods. Stay until the end. I'll tell you how to identify it and what to do with it. Turkey tail is one of the safest and most widely consumed medicinal mushrooms in the world. It has been eaten as food and drunk as tea continuously for 400 documented years in Asia, with no recorded toxicity at normal consumption levels. Identification. Turkey tail is a bracket fungus. It grows in overlapping fan-shaped clusters on dead or dying hardwood. No stem. Concentric rings of color ranging from brown, tan, rust, gray, to cream and white. The top surface is velvety to the touch. The underside is white with tiny pores. This is the key distinguishing feature. False turkey tail, Stereum austria, is similar but has a smooth underside rather than a pored one. Always check the pored underside before consuming. As a tea, turkey tail is too tough to eat directly. It is a polypore, meaning the texture is leathery and woody. The traditional and modern preparation is decoction. Simmer dried or fresh turkey tail pieces in water for 20-40 minutes. The water takes on a warm amber brown color and a mild, earthy flavor. Strain and drink. Traditional dose was 1 to 3 cups daily as a preventive tonic. In combination with other mushrooms, traditional Chinese and Japanese practice often combine turkey tail with reishi, shiitake, and maitake, a synergistic blend of immune-modulating mushrooms. This combination approach is now supported by research on the additive effects of different beta-glucan structures. As a powder, dried turkey tail can be ground and added to soups, stews, coffee, or smoothies. Less bioavailable than decoction, but convenient for daily use. It grows on dead logs in forests across the entire planet. People in mountain villages in Japan brewed it into tea for 400 years and showed dramatically lower cancer rates. Japanese pharmaceutical companies turned its compounds into drugs and documented the results in major clinical trials. And it is growing right now, probably within walking distance of wherever you're sitting. If this kind of knowledge matters to you, subscribe. Every week, the mushrooms, plants, and remedies that history preserved and the modern system forgot to sell you. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.